Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Arirang Newsbreak on this Thursday, May 26th. Live from Seoul, I'm Han Daeun. Our top story, President Park Geun-hye has arrived in Ethiopia, the first stop of her trip to East Africa. The president has laid out her vision for Ethiopia and Africa, which she will likely discuss with the country's leaders during summit talks on Thursday. Our Song Ji-sun reports from Addis Ababa.
Brothers by blood. That's how President Park referred to Korea's relationship with Ethiopia upon arriving in the only African country that sent troops to fight in the Korean War in the 1950s. In an interview with the Ethiopian Herald, the country's state-run daily, Park pledged Korea will stand as Ethiopia's reliable partner on its path towards growth and development. Ethiopia, boasting economic growth of 10% last year, is eagerly pushing its growth and transformation plan aimed at mid to long-term development. Anticipating the country to emerge as Africa's economic powerhouse, Seoul hopes to expand investment in Ethiopia and help local industries grow. Park listed 3 pillars of cooperation to develop Korea-Ethiopia relations in a mutually beneficial manner to grow and learn together. First, through Korea Aid, a new official development aid program offering health and cultural services on wheels. Seoul will also share its know-how on socio-economic development, which it learned particularly through Korea's Hemaul Undong, a movement of modernizing rural communities. Cultural exchanges will be another key to deepen understanding between the two countries. In summit talks with Ethiopia's Prime Minister Haile Mariam Desalegn and in a separate session with President Mulatu Teshome on Thursday, President Park will discuss ways to reinforce cooperation in areas ranging from trade and investment to defense, peacekeeping, and healthcare. Song Ji-sun, Arirang News, Addis Ababa.
UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon's trip to Korea this week has sent shockwaves through the domestic political scene, although the trip focuses on international events. Remarks about his future and the divisions in Korean society have led many to speculate that he might be hinting at a run for Korea's top political job. Shin Se-min with the details.
Neither confirming nor denying. Visiting UN Chief Ban Ki-moon has been playing his cards so close to his chest as speculation swirls he might launch a bid for the South Korean presidency next year. His ambiguous responses to questions on his post-UN future have sent the rumor mill into a frenzy. The general consensus is that he could throw his hat into the ring. Touching down in Korea on Wednesday to join the Jeju Forum for Peace and Prosperity, Ban said South Korea, as it stands today, is too divided. He added that political leaders should work to bring the people together with a president who was willing to abandon everything for national unity. Ban's actions and remarks are being carefully monitored by the ruling and opposition parties. The ruling Saenuri Party has expressed anticipation Ban will decide to run next year. The main opposition Minju Party of Korea is less sure. The party says it's inappropriate for Ban to involve himself in domestic political affairs while he's still at the UN. Ban has yet to give a clear answer on whether he will run despite the ruling party's eagerness to woo him after its crushing defeat in last month's general election, which cost the party its majority in the National Assembly. Shin Se-min, Arirang News.
A top U.S. military official says he expects North Korea to collapse much sooner than many of us think due to internal unrest. The official also predicted that there will be some major changes on the Korean peninsula within the next few years. Park Jong-hong reports.
The collapse of the North Korean regime may not be far off, and we should prepare for that contingency, says the former U.S. Forces Korea commander. At a symposium in Hawaii, Walter Sharp said he recently guaranteed the new USFK commander, General Vincent Brooks, that there would be major changes on the peninsula before his term ends in 2019. Sharp predicted there would be strong provocations by North Korea that could quickly escalate into a much bigger conflict. He added that combined with the instability in North Korea, this would lead to an earlier than expected collapse. He called for the need to prepare, adding that both the UN and China will have roles to play in that event. Sharp said the North's already bad economy further worsened when its ally China joined the latest UN Security Council sanctions. He stressed that a bad economy and a population increasingly exposed to outside information through cell phones and broadcasts would lead to, quote, growing internal pressure within North Korea that will force either the regime to change or to change the regime. Park Jong-hong, Arirang News.
Global trade in the first quarter of this year has retreated to levels seen 6 years ago. According to the World Trade Organization, the amount of trade among 71 major countries came to roughly $6.94 trillion in the January to March period. That's down almost 8% from last year and marks the first time since 2010 that the first quarter figure has fallen to the $6 billion range. The decline is attributed to low demand stemming from slow global growth, as well as faltering commodity prices. Despite its exports being on a downward trend, China was the world's largest exporter, followed by the United States and Japan. South Korea ranked 7th, down 1 notch from last year. Korea's consumer sentiment dropped this month, ending 2 straight months of rises posted since March. The Bank of Korea says the consumer sentiment index came in at 99 in May, down 2 points from last month. A reading under 100 means pessimists outnumber optimists. The central bank attributes the drop to the government's ongoing corporate restructuring drive that has darkened consumers' outlook. Large-scale layoffs are expected once the corporate restructuring goes full swing, especially in the country's ailing shipping industry. The monthly index reflects the overall economic outlook of consumers, their living conditions, and future spending plans. The air quality here in Korea isn't so good due to the smog coming in from China, so do take necessary measures when you head out today. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back with more quick headlines at 3 p.m. Korea time.